Just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world.
It's a good one, Brenda. It's a good one.
This is a good song.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Woo.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. It's going. It's going. Busy.
Yes, it's definitely busy. We're pretty excited. You know, here at Remax Champions, we have a really amazing competition right now. Just to, you know, more than anything, it's a healthy competition to motivate and get the agents, you know, to see what their true potential is. So I'm super excited because Ontario is kicking booty. And so I want to keep it going. I want it to be consistent. We're all doing great things. So I'm really excited and proud. So definitely there's a lot of business out there. Good morning, Karina.
Good morning.
Hi, Karina.
There's definitely a lot of business out there. And I think a lot of times agents just, you know, kind of walk around in circles trying to do the same things. And it's not there. It's just, if you start walking outside of that circle, you'll find it, right? It's just doing something different, you know, trying something different. So, but yesterday was a day where I was getting calls from people I hadn't talked to in years. I'm talking 10 years, 12 years, 5 years, like just out of nowhere, just calling just to say, you know, hi, you know, how are things going? You know, I have some questions about real estate. You know, if I wanted to do this, what would I need to do? You know, this is kind of happening in my life now. So that's something that we have to understand. Life changes constantly, you know, whether we wanted to or not. You know, there's just so many circumstances in life. So, so definitely staying in touch with, you know, your contacts and making sure that, you know, they know that you're there and you're just not there, you know, for the dollar, basically. You know, we're here, we're professionals, and, you know, we're here just to also to guide and give advice. So I don't know if you guys want to share anything on that.
I was just telling my husband yesterday that I've been getting a lot of random calls. So people are, you know, on the internet searching and people are wanting to do things real estate related, and they're looking for someone with, you know, professional with reputation online. So they're coming our way, and we're ready to serve them.
Absolutely. And I know Brenda's really good about that too. You know, working with, you know, repeat clients, referrals and stuff like that. It's just having that mentality and understanding how it works is important, you know, and it makes it fun, you know, it makes doing your job fun. So
that's probably my favorite part of the job. I would probably say 90% referral base.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody else refers you somebody and then you complete that task and that person hears of it, or you call the person that referred them to you to let them know, like, hey, thank you for referring me this person. It's like a different kind of rewarding feeling on top of, you know, finding that family their home. So that's what I enjoy the most of it, I guess, and talking to those repeated clients. So
yeah, I agree with you. It's always an honor when they say, oh, so-and-so referred you. It's like, wow, you know, people are out there and they're supporting our business, and you know, it is a good feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we had talked about, you know, bringing up the topic that, you know, Jennifer decided for this week, and it's stepping outside of our comfort zone, and just I don't know if you guys can name one thing that you guys stepped outside of your comfort zone and what you saw from it, whether it was good, bad, or great, or amazing, you know, however you want to describe it. But what's the first thing, Jennifer, that comes on the top of your mind that you could say, I stepped out and this is what I did and this is what my results were?
Well, honestly, this show is stepping out of my comfort zone, to be honest with you. And what I'm getting from it is self-confidence. You know, there's just something about being respected in the industry to be alongside you, Sonia. You know, it's just, this is stepping outside of my comfort zone for sure. And you have been pushing me for about a week pretty hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, with our TikTok videos and just trying to keep up with, you know, the current real estate marketing, the way things change so quickly. And, you know, we had that conversation yesterday at lunch, like, what would we do if we didn't have social media? How would people know about us? But we do have it, and we're going to use it. And here we are.
Absolutely. And I think that's what it is. It's, it's realizing, a lot of things that, how fortunate we are. I started way back when there was no internet, or there was, but it was dial up and nobody, was on it. But there's no social media or anything like that. MySpace wasn't even around, at that time. And so it's definitely, a very useful tool. It allows you to, connect with different people. And I think stepping out of our comfort zone is, because you're in the public eye per se, they're watching you, even though a lot of times they don't reach out right away. But they are watching you, they are looking to see when it's their, when it's the right time for them, or when, something, you say something that aligns with maybe their particular, circumstances. A lot of times, that's when they're going to say, hey, you know what, I have something similar going on with that. Are you able to help me? So I think just being, transparent and honest, that not every single real estate transaction, or even your daily life as a mom, as a mompreneur, as they say, it's not easy, having to juggle everything that we do, and a lot of people say, oh, you make it look so easy. How do you do it? And it's just, there's so much that goes into our day, and they don't see that. They just see, us handing keys or us smiling, but they don't know everything that we did to get to that point, or what the client had to do to get to that point. So I think it's nice when people do reach out and say, hey, you know what, that was great. That was, or, hey, thank you for helping me, because it was a long journey, or whatever the case is. But I am starting to take on the like of TikTok, and the Reels, as Alexa would say, because we can actually tell the true stories of what's really behind the scenes, and and we can laugh about it. One of our agents closed the deal yesterday, and we were pretty much on the phone almost every day for that transaction, because it was just one obstacle over another, over another, over another. So she's actually writing a script right now, because I told her, we got to put this into a TikTok, because it was just, there's so much to be learned from this. And she loves it. So she agrees. She's like, I'm going to write it up. So, so looking forward to that. So I just think so I think it's a lot of fun when, like I said, when you can enjoy what you do every day. And that's something that unfortunately not everybody gets that opportunity, and for whatever reason. But if you're in something you don't like, find something you do. That's one thing I can say is, I believe, I've been here going on 25 years because I love what I do. And every day it's something new, something different. But we get to laugh, we get to enjoy, we get to have a great time. I had my cousins come visit us last week, and they were here all day, and they're like, man, you guys have such a good time while you're working. And we have to, there's so much stress in what we do. There's so much we negotiating, so many things that we're doing that, like, again, people don't understand and don't see, everything that we're doing to put stuff together. We have millions of dollars that we're negotiating. We're trying to piece families' lives together. We're trying to not inconvenience, and then again, not every sale is a good sale. You have death, you have divorce, you have, other instances where it's more touchy. It's not as easy. So, that's kind of, just kind of giving it a little bit of information. But I don't know about you, Brenda. How do you feel? What has been something?
I mean, I agree. I think that if I have a few deals right now that they're all headaches, and if I could put those in a TikTok. I'm not very camera friendly, or how do you say it? Like I don't like making videos or, posting that kind of stuff. And if there was a way to translate what happens in our transactions before it actually closes without offending anybody,
Yeah.
I would, and not in a disrespectful way or anything, but just for somebody to not feel like you're talking, about that transaction or their transaction in general. It's just, I think that a lot of the times the public that's watching us doesn't really know what goes on in a transaction unless you're involved. I never let my clients know what the obstacles that don't involve them really happen. You know what I mean? Because that's stress that they don't need. And I know that if I was a buyer, I wouldn't want that, transferred over to me. So I think that the stress that we carry, that's why I learned to drink wine. I had kids, I learned to drink coffee. I do real estate, I learned to drink wine. So I found the balance.
Yeah.
So our topic is stepping outside of our comfort zone. So maybe we should just have Brenda do a little more video.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
We got to get her in the TikToks.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hi, Josie. Good morning.
Good morning, Josie. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So getting into into real estate, into our real estate world, what's happening in the market. There's a lot of changing, shifting, but there's still there. It's still it's still very strong. I can't stress it enough. I mean, we listed a property on Friday night, and by Sunday we had 14 offers, and we still continue to get more offers well over asking price. Still, some people are moving appraisal contingencies, just depending on their financing and how strong they are. I am still seeing that, but not in every property. Everyone's different. We are still seeing there is a lot more flexibility. We have an agent who, one of our agents, Katie, showed a property to one of our clients, and they keep calling us and asking us if we're going to write an offer. And we said, well, we're contingent. We're just kind of looking around. We still have to sell our house. And they are basically like, it's fine. Just let's make a deal happen. So like I said, there are a lot of opportunities out there right now. Is a great time to, to look. And if you are struggling to get an offer accepted, kind of, step back, look at what you could be doing differently. Because if you're doing the same thing over and over and over, obviously that's what they call insanity, right? So, but market is strong, definitely strong. If a seller's still thinking of selling, it's still a great time, especially doing something very minor can just super change everything. And as an example, we had a client who was like, should I paint the outside of my house? Should I not? And it needed it. It wasn't that it didn't need it. It really needed it. Her stucco was, chipped, and, there was pieces missing and stuff like that. So we told her, yes, just give it a facelift. And it just changed the whole dynamic of it. And she couldn't believe it. There was probably about, 60 families just in one day that went. And then the next day, same thing. So she had so many people go through her home. And what was funny is I talked to her last night, the neighbor, which was 3 doors down, had their home for sale for 2 months, no offers, no activity. And when I met with her, I told her that home is definitely overpriced. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that home sitting there for 2 months. So she did mention to me as I spoke to her yesterday, like, wow, I can't even believe it. Even my neighbors were like, what the heck did you guys do to get so many people into this house? And it just works. So again, there's nothing new, nothing crazy. It's just, clean up the home, make it presentable. And believe me, pricing is everything. Pricing is definitely key. Yeah. Good morning, Alia.
Good morning.
Hi, guys. Alia.
Hi,
Katie. Morning, Katie.
So those are some of the things I'm seeing. We are still, talking to different sellers. Some sellers, unfortunately, are thinking, months ago. You know how people were kind of on the fence. They're like, I want to wait till it's like the top. Well, it was. It's, you still get a great price. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to have those buyers arm wrestling in front of your home anymore, or mud wrestling in the yard, for your house anymore. That's just not going to happen. They're I mean, unless it's a unique property, one of a kind, and something where they can't, find it even if they waited another, few years. So those are a little bit different. Anytime a unique property is available. Good morning, Lisette.
Good morning.
So we'll take a look at our numbers, so we can show you guys kind of what's going on, and just always keep in mind that the everything is based on what happens. Sometimes there's sellers that are willing to sell. They're a little bit in a different position, so they'll sell a lot less. Condition matters. So there's a lot of things, the factors that are involved in these. But this is for the last 30 days in Chino. 30 listings on the market currently, 55 under contract, 70 have closed. Your average list price was $734, that's Chino. Just honestly, if you had any homes in Chino, they just really have skyrocketed. And we just closed one yesterday where we listed it for 600 and it went for 650. And we actually even had offers higher than that. But again, my client wanted to pick the best family for this home. So average list price $734, average sales $753. So here they are still receiving above asking, and which is good. Like I said, Chino's a really great city. So just depending upon where it is and the condition, definitely you're still getting top dollar for your home. And with 17 days on the market, which is still great, that's still pretty fast. A lot of people say, wow, it's not going to sell, in 5 days. Well, technically it does. It's just all the negotiations back and forth, going back and forth, getting cross qualified and just making sure that's the right buyer for the home. It does take a few days. So, and in Ontario, 42 active listings on the market, 96 under contract, 88 have closed, with the average list price of $609 and sales price $627. Average days on the market is 15. So again, very strong market in Ontario. Jennifer and I will be co-listing a property next week in Ontario. So so definitely that's going to sell. It looks in a great area, South Ontario. It's going to be a good one. And in Harupa Valley, 22 active listings on the market, 50 under contract, 50 closed, average list price $635, average sales price $649 with 13 days on the market. And we're looking at having a couple in Harupa Valley coming up in the next few weeks, I would say. So definitely market's moving quickly.
And then we have Rancho. I'm not muted, right? No.
No.
And then we have Rancho, 61 new listings in Rancho, Cucamonga. Average days on the market, 18 days. 105 are pending. And average list price $766 and average sale price $778. So still a little above the asking price. And then number of homes sold, 112 in the city of Rancho. And then we have San Bernardino, 98 new listings in San Bernardino with the average days on the market of 16 days, which is still really good. 189 are pending, and average list price 446 with your average sale price of 458, still above list price in San Bernardino. And number of homes sold in San Bernardino, 168. And this market update is for the last 30 days. So number of homes sold in the city of Redlands, we have 56, and the number of new listings, 32, and 78 of them are pending. Average list price 602, average sale price 607, with the average days on the market 20 days. And then we have Highland. 22 new listings in Highland. Average days on the market's 21. Pending houses, 45, and average list price 518. I have dyslexia today. And average sale price 529 with the number of homes sold 50.
And then we move to Colton. We have 21 active listings on the market. 32 are pending under contract and 29 closed in the last 30 days. Their listing price is average of $454, selling for $444, and with 13 days on the market. There are some cute neighborhoods in Colton. Just so you guys know, if that price point is where you're looking, Colton might be somewhere you want to look. There's some nice little neighborhood pockets there. Rialto, we have 38 active listings, 55 pending, 62 closed. Average list price is $495. Average sale price is $512 with 11 days on the market. And Rialto is another nice area, you guys. Some people they're not aware, so I just want to let them know. Colton and Rialto, there are some neighborhoods there that we can take you to that you would like. Fontana, there's 94 active listings on the market, 146 pending, and we had 125 close in the last 30 days in Fontana. Average list price $566, selling for $585 with 17 days on the market. And that's your market update. You're muted, Sonia.
Oh, sorry. Oh, what a great market update.
That's your market update.
So is there anything in particular that you guys have seen that you want to share? Anything at all in the last week or so in real estate related, in your listings, in the lending part, or anything at all that you guys want to share? Besides, loan limits have increased, so that's also something great. We definitely needed that. I actually had a buyer who was capped out, because 548, 250 was the max for conventional in Riverside County. And so, they were 565, 570, but now we are up at 625. So now definitely, the loan limit has went up to 625, which helps greatly when you're looking for, an $800,000 home. So yeah, definitely is helping some of that. So just keep an eye on that. So just so you guys know, definitely and FHA follows usually. So, we're pretty curious to see where that goes, because a lot of our, clients, do need that FHA, although conventional is 3% and not 3.5%. So better credit gets you a little bit, a little bit more.
You have to have better credit for conventional. Yeah.
But that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
If you're not ready today, you have to make that call, because you got to start somewhere. You're not going to, not everybody calls and says, I am 100% ready, and that's okay. We're here for the long haul. So we can get you ready for next year. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to
one thing sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, you got to get ready to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I have noticed is that there's been a lot more buyers coming out, even on my listings and on the buying side, because I do work with buyers.
What was that?
What was that?
Motorcycle.
There's been a lot more traffic of buyers. I don't know if it's the buyers that waited in the beginning of the year thinking, the market was going to shift, or and now, holiday season's approaching us and they're like, I want to get into a home type of deal. So I have seen a lot more traffic on the buying side. So that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, I think it's pricing. Pricing is or location. Like I said, there's a lot of different factors. But yeah, you want to get the most qualified buyers through your door, then you have to make it attractive. you know, so that's the key thing. And it comes with faith and trust because, you know, my clients, like for instance, these last ones, you know, their neighbor, like I was mentioning, was listed at 620 for months and nothing. And we listed 550, which she was like, wait a minute, 550. I'm like, just, you have to trust me. So now, you know, we have offers, you know, 630 plus. And how is that possible? How, you know, and her house is smaller, 200 square feet smaller than the other property.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think, how does that make any sense? You know, this home's been sitting there for this price. These people are coming fighting over it for this price more than what that one is. You know, how does it make sense? But again, it's just all, you know, it's just all, you know, mindset and just the way you structure it. People feel like they're getting a, you know, a good deal. They let the buyer determine what they're willing to pay for it. Yeah, exactly. And that's when you see the amount, most of the offers came in a certain amount on a certain window. And I showed that to her. I said, this is where your true market value is, because this is where all the buyers are willing to do. Now you have some willing to go above that, but this is where your true value is.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's kind of how you determine that.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, well, I mean, it's like I said, it sounds great. Everything's good. I don't really see a lot of, you know, people in default, you know, calling us anyhow. You know, but if you are behind, I know there's a lot of people that did modifications or did forbearances or did things like that. But for the most part, everybody has equity. We do have an agent in the office who had someone who was going to go into foreclosure. Unfortunately, they lost their job. So they didn't have the means to even make the payments or anything like that, but they were able to sell. And, you know, they made, I think, close to $200,000, you know, in equity. So they're going to, you know, go you know, live off their hard-earned money, you know, off their equity that they built, and then try to restart, you know, a different business. So, you know, that's the beauty of it. Don't lose it all together. So,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go ahead and let Jennifer introduce our guest today.
Our guest is a very special guest. She's my, I call her my niece. I've known her since she was a little girl. Her name is Jeannette. She's an amazing artist and designer, and I will let her tell you and show you all of her work.
Hello.
Hi, Jeannette. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. This is my first time doing anything like this, so
She's
Don't
stepping
worry.
outside of her comfort zone.
Outside the comfort zone.
resonating with the theme of today because this is definitely stepping out of my comfort zone.
So, Jeannette, how long, when did you start drawing? When did you start your talent?
Well, I have been drawing since I was like 2. I did my first mural in high school when I was, I think, like 14 or 15. It was for a friend of my mom's, like a college friend, and she was having a baby, and they asked me if I could paint a Snoopy mural. So I did like the Snoopy sleeping on top of his little doghouse, and then the Woodstock, like a little, like flying in the air. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it, but I did it. It looked really good. I wish I had pictures of it still, but that was my first mural. And kind of went a different route. I worked out of school as a teacher's aide for 7 years. My mom's a teacher, so I thought out of high school, maybe I should just be a teacher too. But I kind of put the art thing to the side. And then when my daughter was born in 2014, I resigned from the school district and I decided to go back to school for interior design. And I graduated in 2018. So I have a degree in interior design. And through that, I've had word of mouth, you know, people refer me to do murals and other things. I do quite a few different arts.
Yes. Yeah, you're so talented.
Yeah,
I mean, she could probably do anything you ask her to do. She can do it. But,
Oh, wow.
yeah, let's see some of your work.
So yeah, that was a my friend is the director, and like a video director. So he said, you know what, instead of going to the studio, I want to make my garage a studio. So I started helping him with that. And I swear by Sherwin-Williams, like that's the only brand that I use. I use the best quality paints from them. And I did some research on green screen color, like it has to be a specific green. So I found that color and did it in a day, you know, maybe a few hours or something. And yeah, he uses that. The other, the second picture was a childhood friend. Her mother-in-law owns a salon, and it's called what? It's a town in Mexico. I'm blanking right now. But anyway, while I was doing the mural, so it was during Christmas time, I believe 2018 or something. While I was doing the mural, the mother-in-law was actually visiting her hometown, which is the church that I was painting in this picture, in her salon. So it was kind of cool when she came back from the trip going to her hometown. She had this mural of
Her hometown.
and the name of the salon. I can't believe that I forgot the name, but yeah, somewhere. I also do digital renderings, so like concept renderings. So if you need help picturing how something's gonna look, or you're like, I have this area, I have no idea what to do with it. I do renderings by hand, but recently I invested in an iPad and I use Procreate, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. And this is my mom's backyard, so this is what,
Pretty.
yeah, I'm trying to have her do that. So I designed the front yard too, and she did the landscaping and everything, and it came out really good. The plants are still growing and stuff. So yeah, I do concept renderings for landscape or interior too.
That's a good idea.
So sorry.
No, I was going to ask you if your mom did the backyard, like the rendering. Is it done like that? Or she hasn't done
Not yet.
just the front yard. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we might be listing that house in Fontana soon, guys. Just so we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, so these are my house portraits. Actually, the first one Jen actually asked me to do. So before I even knew, I never did a house portrait before, but maybe 2016, I started experimenting with watercolor, and Jen had a client that she wanted to do, give them a closing gift that was meaningful. I believe this one, they
grew up in.
They grew up there, you know, yeah. It was like kind of hard to sell it because they had that emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that one, and my house portraits, I get custom framed and everything. And she said they loved it. So since then, I've done, through word of mouth, I've done several house portraits for people. The second one is a pen and ink style. So that's actually my favorite style. I like the watercolor and using color, but for some reason with the black and white, I can get a little more detailed. So that was a friend of mine. She owns a property in Big Bear. That's her Big Bear property. And another house portrait, a perspective rendering that I did in school, just to show a little example using color pencils. So yeah, I feel like, go ahead.
You're so talented. She's so talented. I just love it.
I can draw a stick figure.
Thank you. It's a blessing and a curse sometimes to be an artist. It's definitely not easy to establish yourself, you know, like professionally, it's kind of a challenge, you know, being an artist and working for myself. And then I have a daughter, and so far it's been word of mouth, but my Instagram, I have my Instagram name. If you go to my page, I'm still working on it. So I've been working on this for, you know, about 6 years, and it's a work in progress still. So I'm working on my website and getting Etsy running. Yeah, this house portrait is in Virginia, I believe. This person randomly contacted me. She lived in Arizona and wanted me to paint this house. I believe she owned a property over there. So I did that. She loved it. I also do faux finishing. So my friend wanted like a Moroccan style bedroom. So she just gave me the inspiration picture. Again, I had never done faux finishing. So I just kind of like Googled it a little bit and, you know, I kind of thought, okay, if I see somebody do it, I can do it most of the time. So I did it. It came out better than her inspiration picture. Actually, she loved it with all the, you know, accessories she put in the room. It looked really good. So it's just a little bit of
Very nice.
Very
nice.
Thank you.
Yes. So if any of our agents in the office or anybody watching wants closing gifts, or they have clients that need a mural, they want something done, Jeannette is your girl. Or interior design, renderings, all those stuff she does. She's your girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
a really
very
good
nice.
to have.
Thank
And
you.
you should definitely expose yourself more.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're ready for the business, you know, because
definitely.
once you start exposing yourself, be prepared for the business, because
I've been ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. I want to work. I want to get my
I do a lot of referral based business, and last night I was talking to my husband about, we got our house painted, and the painter that painted my house was a referral from one of my clients. Well, he gave me like a list of different people that does like fence and roofs and, you know, like all these different contacts. And I was telling my husband, you know, it's crazy how all these people have so much talent to do all these side jobs on top of their regular job, because they don't expose themselves enough to get that business as a general as a job, as a full-time job. And they're so talented to do this, you know. And I think that when you put 100% into what you believe you are talented and gifted enough to have, it'll come right back to you without even knowing that you're getting it, you know. Before you know it, you're too busy to take more.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. Expose yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, beautiful work. And I think, like you mentioned, you know, a lot of times it is not an easy sale. So there is a lot of emotional attachment. And some people, you know, don't want clutter, but others, you know, would do anything, you know, to take a piece of their childhood memories with them. So I think that's definitely a great gift, great idea. I did see some other stuff on Jennifer's page. That was stuff she did as well. Was it you, Jennifer? I thought I saw, but maybe I'm wrong. But I did see some other things, but like you said, you can pretty much put anything together. So, so I mean, if you have any ideas or anything at all, or, you know, need anything, you know, definitely reach out to Jeannette, or you can always contact us and we can put you, you know, in contact with her. And just like she said, you know, once you start exposing and you open up to those blessings, you know, you're gonna, it's just one of those things that just keeps going and keeps going.
Yeah.
Don't be a secret designer.
Yeah. And I think that's awesome. Like, you know, you know, how they can visualize, because a lot of people don't have vision, you know. That's one thing. I actually seen a home that was listed there are different virtual staging companies, you know, that agents use, kind of the same concept. And there's this one that the backyard is just dirt, but they put in a picture next to it with, you know, kind of how you did, showing, you know, this is what it could look like. So someone, you know, who doesn't have the vision can actually see, you know, what it potentially could look like, if that's, you know, a design that they're interested in. But definitely very, very nice. And you know what? I mean, that's major talent. You know, it really, really is. I know I can't draw, so it's like that's I could barely put on makeup. So it's like
I could never do
no.
what you ladies do ever in my life. We all help each other. You know, everybody has a part and a purpose that they share to make the whole, you know, the whole big picture, bring it together. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, the first step to representing yourself in your talent is acknowledging your worth and knowing what your talent is. Once you do that, you're set. You know, because there's going to be people that will not want to pay it. They will not want to, you know, acknowledge how much work it's going to take. You know, and once you know what you're worth, it's like people trying to negotiate their commission with us. You know, do we want to take a deal for 0.5% or, you know, for work for free? Not really, you know? So it's like you need to remember your worth and your talent and don't let anybody bring that down. There's a lot of work in this world.
Yeah, value your talent.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The right people will want to work with you.
Absolutely.
Right.
You're not meant for everybody. So
That's for sure.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to share with us, Jeannette, before we go.
I mean, feel free anybody to just send me a DM on Instagram. That's right now, that's like my main communication. And commissions are open. You know, I'm available, so ready to work. And yeah, I feel like for real estate agents, I definitely have a lot to offer. So, you know, with my services, and yeah, feel free to contact me anytime.
Great. Just really quick, what does it take on an average time to do, let's just say like
Rendering.
yeah.
The concept rendering.
Yeah, let's just say how long.
A concept rendering, sometimes I can do it in an hour. Sometimes it takes me a few days. Most of the work is mental, I feel like. So even if I'm just sitting there, you know, like not doing anything, my mind is like going. So I feel like the majority of the work is in my mind first, and then the labor part of it is kind of fast once I get that part down. So if I have an idea and it's like quick, I'm like, okay, I could do it really fast, you know. The house portraits, my turnaround time is like within a week. I usually say a week.
And how much are those? About
I charge $190 for the watercolor house portraits, and like I said, I get it custom framed, so, and matted and everything. So you know,
just depending on the project.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes. For the house portraits, it's $190. But if you are watching this and you do want to contact me, I'll give you a discount.
Call her.
Create a promotional flyer so that we can share.
Yeah.
Like a digital, obviously a digital one, right?
Yeah, with like if we can share with our peers or our clients, our
agents.
Yeah. Okay. And then that way it has a code, like Remax something, and that way you'll know that they came from us. You know?
Yeah.
So
I could definitely do that.
Yeah.
And then we'll post it. Well, I'll post it on our pages and stuff. So get ready for the floodgates to open.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Jeannette, for joining us today. And thank you, ladies, as always. Have a great, great week. And just don't stop believing.
Bye, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
I heard you guys talking